Welcome back to another Iron Sharpens Iron video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you can get all these good notifications every time a new video comes out. So how do you know God is real? How do you know that you're not just living a fairy tale land and just believing a whole bunch of hoopla that's just been passed down for thousands of years? Where's the proof? There are plenty of things that hint towards that God is real or proves his existence. But we're going to focus on 7 of those today. Now, none of these are in any type of order of greatest to least or anything like that. I'll leave that up to you to decide for yourself which one you feel is more important. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, nature. Nature is not a bunch of random stuff just spread all across the world. Things happen naturally. Plants, trees grow without extra effort. The sun and moon, they don't need anything. A big bang can't do that. Destruction causing beauty? That's not a thing. You've never heard of a big crazy explosion full of chaos and randomness, and then from that a whole bunch of beautiful stuff just comes from that. That doesn't happen. Chaos isn't going to create, beauty. Order and beauty requires an author to create it. That lets you know you can just look outside and just be like, man, okay, I see what he did there. Okay. Number 2, right and wrong. You're born with this sense. You know what is good and bad. Everybody does. Even an axe murderer know that what they're doing is wrong. They just choose to ignore it. We have morals, and we get that from a moral creator. Number 3, contentment. Have you ever noticed that life is never enough? You always find yourself striving for more, whether it's chasing money, fame, power, accolades, pieces of paper with your name that say you went to a college for so many amounts of years, jobs, relationships. You never truly feel content with life. You always have this little empty space that it feels like a void, an empty void. God is that space. He should be that space. You will always need it. That's why no matter what you do, how hard you pursue the temporary things in life, your happiness always ends up being temporary. You have to keep striving for more because it's just never enough. Number 4, Jesus. Jesus is not just a man prophet that did great things. He did miracles, wonderful things, but he was God in the flesh. He brought himself back from the dead. He left heaven to show us how we're supposed to live, to create the relationship with God that we're supposed to have. He paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we might not have to. If Jesus, who is the Son of God, is real, then that means God has to be real. Number 5, emotions, love. You can't see it, but you can express it. Love is not something that you can physically touch. You can't go and buy it, on a shelf in aisle 7 at a store. It doesn't work like that. You can't force anybody to love you. You can only express it and willfully take that in. You won't get love and emotions from a random explosion in space. Number 6, the Bible. The Bible is probably one of the biggest pieces of evidence that proves that God is real. It's literally his word, the word of God. That's the Bible. You can look at it in many different books, 66 books in total. You can look at any of those different books, and inside of them, you will find God in every chapter. The Bible has been proven to be valid by archaeologists, scientists, and other books that are written that have nothing to do with God. And despite what people say about it being tampered and altered through time, that's false. The King James Version of the Bible has stood the test of time and is 98% correct from the original Greek and Hebrew translation. You can chuck the other 2% up to words and phrases that don't necessarily have an English meaning. But don't worry, it was nothing major left out. Number 7, you and me. As crazy as it sounds, we are proof, living, walking, moving testimonies that God is real. The Bible tells us that God made us in his image and likeness. Even though the world is made up of many different people, we're all the same species. Even when Jesus was sent to earth, he didn't come down as a dolphin or a tree. He was a man made in his Father's image. I hope you learned something from this video. If you still find yourself struggling, coming to the conclusion that God is in fact real, pray and ask him to help guide you back to him. Share this information with someone who you know needs it. We all need some help. The struggle is very real. But, look out for each other. Iron sharpens iron. Don't forget to like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we're too blessed to be stressed. Stay blessed by the best. Don't forget to pray for the rest. And until next time.